slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Bro, I'm godlike, I'm judgy. I can't touch this girl, she musty. Bro, you flexing on IG. People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. These women love me, bro, they tryna me. That's the wrong way, the wrong way. Back your buddy, if he get lucky, it'll get yucky. Little buddy touch me, I can turn auntie into a I'm in that S5 facing comfy, cause I can't name that got burn me, dummy. Tryna slow down my motion.
The address is 347 Don Shula Drive. In honor of the legendary coach, the stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready?
They'll stay on the ground. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On the set.
2nd down and 3.
Ready?
They'll stick with him again. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now this time they'll look to throw. Ooh! He's got room at the 30. And they will finally run him down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
19 Lions. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Back to throw. And he's in! Touchdown, Dolphins! Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's 1st possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
This one's going to carry him off the right upright. Get the friendly bounce. A mistake, but the doink is good for 1. "7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Williams to begin with a pass. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Third and short yardage, and here's Williams. That's taken in by Franklin. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Let's go.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
Ready? Warrior 70.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That's taken in. And he's going to have a Dolphins first down as this defense a little too loose there, giving up 19 yards on 4th down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
That's 19 yards for the second straight play. They are rolling. Another first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry and a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches.
Ready?
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Ready up. Come on. Set. 60 Bobcat. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Let's go now.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Dolphins will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The Bears take over first down at their own 20-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. And he will take this one in. 77 yards. Touchdown, Chicago.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Receiver in motion, going right. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Let's be honest about it, Mike. Very few receivers these days are just pure receivers. Almost all of them, they have a little bit of running back either in their background or how they're continued to be used today.
Here's a run going left. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. This is intercepted.
And on a possession where the offense really had their way on the ground, they got to kind of go back to the drawing board and say, is it worth putting the ball in the air? Yes, we want to generate points. We want to push the ball downfield, but none of that matters if you're going to keep turning the ball over.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now Williams. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Komet. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Going up top. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of...
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Dolphins first down.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be taken down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Two minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to Miami after this. They'll go big, 3 tight ends in the formation for 1st and goal. It's the quarterback with the sneak. Looking for that crease inside, and that did not break the play. No doubt about it, they are going to mark him short. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. On the ground, it's the tight end. What a move! He's in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A play fake. Now Williams. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
3rd and long. Here's Williams. He'll look deep, left sideline. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the 1st half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
18, Pioneer. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Ready up.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Track at 60. Set.
Now they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Here's Williams now to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. To the right side here, pass is caught. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
This receiver went a long way to catch this ball. He started all the way out on the left side of the formation, and look where he catches it, Mike. He's all the way on the right side of the field. He just continued to work through those open zones, eventually found one, And the quarterback was able to put it on him for a nice gain. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Williams to the air once more. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Off play action. Here's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
4 seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That is hard. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Now the try for an extra point. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead. All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. That's a short throw caught by Komet. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground. And they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
this is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. This guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough, and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing again, Williams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throw it again. It's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. And he indeed picks up a Bears 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Chicago. That his 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Start on the ground. He'll get about 2. Nolan Smith makes the tackle. Second down and 8. They'll put a receiver in motion right. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
3rd and 9. Back to throw. This one intercepted.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Handoff here, up the middle. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Here's 3rd and 7.
Let's go now. Go street.
Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. He'll get out of bounds. A gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
79 Broncos. Go.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll go play action here with Williams. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. This officially a 58-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Williams going to look to throw it on first down.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll take a shot with Mims. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. To throw, it's Williams. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
3rd and 5. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he will score. Game on. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Bears. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So let's see if the Bears can keep it rolling as they go for 2.
19 Lions.
Here's Williams now to throw. And he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. And game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Off he goes. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Check.
Now give on the ground, and he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
60 Maverick.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
19 tight. Mustang 19. Warrior 70. 60 Bobcat.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down.
Cup 19. Chap 60. 79 Bronco.
They'll look to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. touchdown, Dolphins. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Williams. Now he'll run it.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Williams. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
11 yards on the pass there. 1st down, Chicago. Here's Williams. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
He throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It's picked up by the Dolphins. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs. But he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Go! 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Panther 11, Panther 11. Buffalo 18. Ready?
Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
That ultra ground move, riding in the good, I use tighten up, good move. I approve. I bet I stamped and approved. Straight ultra ground, make all you haters get down. You understand what I'm saying?
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come get the wish list. They come get the wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be